If you could come forward to the microphone, state your name clearly for Christine, and then you now have 3 minutes to ask Chris questions about the presentation or to make comments on Chris's presentation.
Okay, so as usual, you're not going to answer all my questions or respond to all my comments because you don't give us enough time to actually have that. So in the future, I'd like to request that we have an opportunity to have a presentation length question moment for each one of us, because I need to address everything that you said today. Mosquitoes, there are ducks breeding in that water, there are plants living in that water, so it is not as saline as you're suggesting it is. Okay, there are animals breeding in it, including frogs and fowl. So mosquitoes can indeed live in that. Okay, solve that problem for you. So we have a second question moment after this for general questions?
Yes.
Right, okay, so with regard to this, what's the difference between a low-level, an LLRO and an LLRW? Why would it be object or waste? Isn't that object essentially waste? I mean, is there a reason for the differentiation between those two?
No, it's just terminology. You have general soil would be low-level rad waste. We refer to those. There's larger bins that we use. Those are low-level rad waste bins. Okay. The objects that we pick out are what we call discrete objects. So
you're not timing me while he's talking, right?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. And in a previous meeting, you said that there was no chance that as you dug down that dirt can be infiltrated by any of this that you've left there. So you're telling me that that water and any of those objects cannot actually be shifted into the surrounding soil. Is that what you're actually telling us?
Yeah, I think I know what you're asking.
Because if this is, and that is, you're blending it.
Yeah, the buried debris that we are encountering is pretty continuous. So if you find it in one pocket, you can find the end of it. It doesn't migrate into an unknown area. So once we know where that pocket of material is, we typically can get
even with all that pounding that's moving buildings, apparently, as stated by your RAD number.
Yeah, I'm not
really. So that doesn't cause any shifting or sanding.
I'm not aware of any pounding.
No. So you're not aware of it, but it could be a potential problem.
No, I don't think it's a potential problem.
Okay. All right, good. The location of the radium-226 that you found in the backyard of, was that in the backyard of 1235?
I don't have the figure here that shows where they were all found, but yeah, you can bet that anywhere in this disposal area, that was an area that we were looking for rad objects. So yes, 1231 and 1233 you found in that area.
1235. Okay. So you went from what you found 12 new radiological objects on North Point, so you're now at a total of 23?
No, so 12 would be the project total since we started in this year in 2015. Those objects came from below the two slabs that you mentioned, 1231 and 1233.
Okay. But we're at a total of 66 now on Bayside, which means that you found 11 more since the last RAD meeting. You said 55 in the last RAD meeting.
Okay, that math works out.
Yeah, I hope so. It's pretty much elementary. And what chemicals are you testing for?
Chemicals.
You
chemicals
said dioxin.
Correct. Dioxin's one of them. PCBs, PAHs, and lead.
So you're not testing for any benzenes, arsenics, DDT, DDE, you're not testing for any of those items?
No, that's correct. So in the feasibility study, or in previous studies for this area, we have done characterization. So we know these are known disposal areas, right? That's how we know the outline of those. We've taken samples through there, so we've identified what chemicals could be in that waste. So now that we're at the cleanup phase, what we're doing is just to document that bathtub, we call it bathtub, right? So that excavation bottom doesn't have any of the residual chemicals from what was in that waste. So if the waste had those chemicals, then logically what we do is we test the ground beneath it for those same chemicals. We did not have chemicals, petroleum chemicals in this.
Really? So those are former burn pits. Do you not believe that what was burned in there may have been as random and, I mean, as what products were used on the island?
So the burn pits aren't new. The burn pits were known. We've known that they're there. They've been on, as I mentioned, several figures. They're also included in our
Could you go
previous
to the
reports.
burn pit slide?
Sure.
Just so I can point a few things out for you. Thanks.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, back.
That one, yeah.
Mhm.
Here's your burn pit area.
Okay, so now go down a little bit to your lower right of that, closer to 1201. See that little demarcation? That is the second known burn pit. Right?
Okay.
So when are you going to get to that? Because that is directly in front of a residence that is inhabited.
So I'll pass that to Dave. That's not part of my project.
Sure, that'll be part of the remedial action for Site 12.
Okay.
Which
so-
takes place in 2017-18 timeframe.
Okay, so you'll be moving me and all of those people out of there by 2017.
No, it's yet to be seen who will be need to be moved out for that project.
Okay, well, that's where I live, so I would assume that we would be the next to be moved out. Can you verify that, Bob Beck? You must be paying attention.
It would be the Navy's project that will determine.
Yeah, actually, there's a process for that, and what we do is we delineate, you go out and you delineate the areas that you're going to excavate once you have a contract in place, and then we coordinate with Bob Beck, as you indicated, and the housing providers, and they coordinate with the residents, and we'll know at that time.
You know why I'm asking?
I do not.
Because you have already pulled out items directly in front of my home and across the street from my home, and that's a former burn pit, and I would like to know why that is not already opened up and investigated.
Well, actually, it has been investigated, that's how we know about it, and that's how it's made it this far into the process.
So it's okay that we sit on top of it and our children play in the dirt around it until you get to it?
That subsurface, yes, the subsurface burn ash does not present a danger to you now in its current state. That's correct. But it must be cleaned up prior to conveyance.
They lifted the dirt to pull up the pipe, and on top of that dirt are burnt objects, seashells, and debris, and it was left there. So I have pictures and video of the day they did it, with them standing on top of it, and no one stopped them. No one has come and cleaned it up, no one has covered it, no one has watered it. And the dust continues to blow upward into my children's windows. We now have 3 cases of asthma in our home. So, again, I'm asking, you know it's there, you know it exists. Please move on it, and please talk about getting us out of there, City of San Francisco. I know that my time is up, but
Yes.
I'll throw 2 more.
Well, actually, your time is up, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
your time is up, you'll have
are you
another
using
opportunity.
potable water? Why are there no sidewalls in the other sites? And where do the munitions go? And the signage is behind, it's on the secondary fence. The radioactive signs are not clearly visible to the public when they pull into our street.
All right, thank
It's a
you.
general question.
Thank you.